Do you feel though that like you're hurting others by having this shop? Like I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just saying cause people they get addicted obviously and they
Here's what I'll tell you to do. Don't take drugs, kids. But look, take a half a tablet.
Or whatever God may be, I haven't made that effort to go out my way and pray and try to have a connection with him. So maybe I could be wrong and there could be a God that I don't have a connection with.
Is it wrong to have sex with a child? Now, you know me and you know it's wrong to have sex with a child, but it's out here having sex with children, bruh. And they think that.
Okay, I got the receipts. So, there's been a rise of these new age practices that have been being popular on social media, in friend groups that you probably know, and other things. If you want to know what new age really is, new age includes yoga, crystals, manifesting, meditation, tarot cards, hypnosis, channeling. Oh, what is your name?
Isaiah Bracho.
Have HIV.
And what do you think is the meaning of life?
I think that when it comes to life, that people are distracted by the day-to-day materialistic things that life has to offer, but the main goal of life should just be to become one with your soul and your spirit.
So what do you mean by that? Like you believe in like spiritual things?
I feel like a lot of the opinions that are out in the world are like a little bit warped and that have like a different viewpoint on it, but like the way I see is that life is based on the law of energy, that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred, so that whenever you die, it's just your physical form dying, but your energy is still gonna move on and keep on being reused until you become one with your soul, one with your energy, and then eventually elevate on to the next dimension.
So you believe in an afterlife? Do you like, is this like reincarnation that you believe in?
I feel like when it comes to reincarnation, it's not like a physical thing, so like you won't come back and live like a whole physical different life. It's more of like energy.
What do you think the meaning of life is?
To be honest, I can't say there's no meaning to life. Yeah, life is what you make it to be, but it's all about breaking through steps and goals and getting put in a new cycle. Because in all honesty, if you like sitting in the trash can, living in the trash can, you could do that. If that make you 100% happy, yo, do that.
How do you know this is real? How can you prove it?
I can prove this is real because throughout my whole life, like I grew up in a Christian household, in a Christian family, and always throughout church and throughout anything in life, I always questioned it. I was always questioning and taking a step back, and now that I have the brain and the capacity and my knowledge to actually do my own research, I've been doing research and I've been finding things out that are like mind-blowingly true, like things that I know have to be true.
So do you believe in like a real right or wrong in life?
Nah, it's based on perception. We was just in there talking about it. The pastor talked about, well, if there are no morals, is it wrong to have sex with a child? Now, you know me and you know it's wrong to have sex with a child, but it's out here having sex with children, bruh. And they think that is 100% okay. So it's no wrong or right out here. You just gotta be strong.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, man, that's my boy.
That the pastor, what church? You know what church he goes to?
No, I don't know what church, but he can't be on the camera. He on Verizon right now. We can't say his name either. Just know that's my boy.
He's just like working here or something.
Yeah, that's just my boy.
That's cool. So I was gonna say that if there's no real right or wrong, then how do we know that something's actually wrong? Like we know, like you just said, like
to be honest,
rape is
if
wrong.
you want to know, it's something called the 42 laws of Mayal. The 42 principles of Mayal, or Mayat, really, M-A-A-T. You can look that up. And that's where the 10 commandments came from. And that's basically the basic instructions of what you can and cannot and should not do. You gotta learn the universal laws as well.
Where are those laws from?
It's called 50 universal laws. It's 50 universal laws and the 42 principles of Mayat. That's for your principalities. And then the universal laws is like karma.
So would you say that, like, do you believe in God, like a higher power?
I think that there's definitely a higher being, but I do not think that is the God that's in the Bible. And I feel like when it comes to Christianity and religion as a whole, that it's just a way of controlling and separating the population. But when it comes to like higher being and God, that there definitely is a higher being, because we definitely came here somehow, some way. We definitely have a maker. But I don't think it's as simple as taking God as your savior, reading the Bible, you burn in hell. I think that there's definitely more to life than that.
That's true. Like religion has been used to control and like conquer people in the past, but I will say that it's not just about like laws and doing things. You know, it's like relationship with that God. So do you think you could have a personal relationship with that higher power?
I think that when it comes to my beliefs, that I have my own beliefs, and I also can't for sure 100% say that I'm right, because in reality I haven't made that effort to have a connection to God, or whatever God may be. I haven't made that effort to go out my way and pray and try to have a connection with him. So maybe I could be wrong, and there could be a God that I don't have a connection with. But according to my beliefs, my past experiences, and my research, I think that there's a higher being, but it's not the God from the Bible.
Like, how do you know Christianity is false?
I know Christianity is false because there is just no way that life is that simple. Like, it's not that either I follow a book and take God as my savior, which, mind you, the Bible has been rewritten millions and millions of times. The maker on the cover of the Bible is King James. He's not a good person to follow. So I feel like taking that book and not living by that book, and then thinking that if you don't do that, you burn in hell, that there's no way in hell that life is that simple. I think that is definitely more complex.
So like with the King James thing, yeah, like that's like the translation, but I will say that like one way to know for sure if the Bible's been changed over time, because that's a common question, is looking through the oldest versions we have of it. Like the manuscripts, like literally the scrolls and the ancient writing in the original language, and see if that compares to like the
I think that
modern.
definitely, if I was able to like find the past books and like the past transcripts and like how like the origin of the Bible and where it came from, I think that would definitely have some things to learn. The book, like the Bible, definitely has good things and good life lessons, but I feel like overall it's so symbolism and that it shouldn't be taken literally.
I will say, like, I'll agree with you, like there's parts that should be taken like as symbolism, but I think there's some parts that are historical. Like even if you don't believe in like the miracle stuff, there are like wars in the Bible that have happened, like with evidence, like archaeology, you know what I mean?
What about when it comes to like the first page of the Bible saying, "Let there be light," and he snaps his fingers in his light? Like, do you think that that is more of a symbolistic thing, or do you think that literally happened?
Well, I think there's some things that you literally just can't prove because it's so far back, like no one was there, right? But I will say it does remind me of the Big Bang, because think of the Big Bang, just
Okay,
whoosh,
I have
quick.
I have a lot to say about the Big Bang.
Yeah, you could say.
I think that throughout my research, I figured out that the Big Bang it just can't be real. It can't, because based on the law of entropy, life goes from order to chaos. Order to chaos. So there is no way that after a Big Bang and all these atoms and matters colliding against each other, that the human eye was formed. Like, the human eye is so complex and so detailed that it goes against the law of entropy, to where if there was a Big Bang at first, there's no way that we would be able to come this evolved.
Yeah. So I would agree with you on that. Like, I don't think the human eye evolved over time. Like with me, I think there's so much design that it kind of points to creator.
Exactly.
Just
definitely.
like a washing machine has all the wires, all the stuff. We know that there was a manufacturer.
Yeah, like the way that the human body is put together is just so detailed and so tedious that there's no way that it was just randomly put together. Like we definitely have a maker, a creator, a designer, but I just am not 100% sure on who or what that is. But I think that at this point in my life, I know that it's not the God from the Bible.
Let's say heaven doesn't exist. Do you think you would go to heaven?
I think that's pretty hard to answer, because I feel like nobody has the right to say what is right or wrong. No one has the ability to define what is right or wrong. So personally, I think that I've done good things in my life and that I'm going to continue to do good things. So if heaven and hell was real, I believe that I will go to heaven. But I feel like also with that, like there's no way that it's a physical heaven and hell, like gates, like golden gates.
It would have to be like a spiritual place.
Exactly. So I feel like when it comes to that, it has to be a spiritual, mental thing, and your body cannot elevate to heaven if you haven't became one with your soul, one with your energy, and you don't understand how it's working. Like if you're so focused on the materialistic things in life and you worry about your body and just things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, then there's no way you're gonna eventually move on to heaven.
So do you believe in like God or higher power?
God, it's like iffy, bro. Cause like I'm a god and you a god and he a god and females are goddesses.
When you say like we're all gods, like how are we gods? Because I have no power. Like I can't make something. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. You can, and you gotta do your own research within yourself. You gotta find yourself before you can even start thinking that I'm thinking. Cause I had to find myself. You gotta know who you are.
So what do you think made this universe then?
The creator of the universe is not what you set out to be. It's more of a energy type thing. and it's infinite and ever changing, and it wasn't like nothing was just here. Now, if you want to know the story of creation, you need to look into the flower of life. You ever heard of that?
No.
The flower of life is kind of like the story of creation. It tells you that nothing, it started with knowledge, it started with spirit, and then nothing was there. It created its first circle. Then after the first circle, it created more circles that created the flower. And it's like, it correlates with everybody's origin stories and shit like that. But the only reason I tell you to look into it, because you need to know sacred geometry and supreme mathematics, because that's going to be the language of the universe itself.
So how do you know that like the energy stuff is real?
You gotta meditate. In all honesty, you don't know it's real. I know it's real.
Oh, I've done research on other religions like
Yes,
Buddhism
but you need to
and
meditate.
stuff.
I didn't tell you to do research. That makes sense. I didn't tell you to go read what somebody else says. Now, if you want to know the story of creation, you need to look into the flower of life.
It's
if you
wrong.
want to know, it's something called the 42 laws of my all. It's because you gotta find yourself. It's in you. It's in me. It's in him. It's in whoever you're gonna show this video to. It's in them too.
So let me do like a little test. I'm gonna see like if you would make it to heaven. So have you ever lied before?
Yes.
Have you ever cheated on anything or anyone?
On tests, yes, but people know.
Okay. Have you ever lied before?
Yes.
And then this is just as a joke. How do I know the second question was true? If you're a liar.
Some things you would never know the truth of, you're right.
Yeah. Have you ever disrespected your parents?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever hated someone?
Yes.
Yeah. So like in the Bible it would say like hatred is almost as like murder in your heart. Like you hate them so much. So just based on those things, like just a few of those of the 10 commandments, do you think you'd be innocent or guilty before God?
I think that based on the 10 commandments, technically I'd be guilty, but I definitely feel like part of life and part of becoming a good person is going through those sins. Like there's no way that I'm going to become a good person without knowing what bad is. I'm not going to know how to tell the truth if I don't lie at first. So I feel like even when it comes to God, there's no way that he was offer it perfect. Like there's definitely some falls so that you can eventually be good. So I think that based on the 10 commandments, I will not go to heaven, but based on my beliefs, I will go to heaven because I'm learning from all these mistakes that I'm making, all these sins that I'm committing.
It's true, like we're not perfect, but I will say that, like you said, like to know good, we have to know evil, right?
Yes.
But I think of like the sun. Like you could have sun rays without shadows, but you can't have shadows without sunlight. You know what I mean?
Explain that a little bit more deeper.
So like the sunlight is good. Good could exist without bad. Like the sunlight could exist without shadows, but the shadows, which is evil, can't exist without the sunlight.
Wow.
You need the sunlight to show the shadows. That was kind of confusing, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no, honestly, that makes perfect sense, and I've honestly never thought about it in that aspect. I always thought about it as you need bad to have good, and you need good to have bad. But
like the yin yang type of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now I think about it, you're actually right. You're definitely right about that one. That's a good point to make.
Now we're gonna go more deeper because this is a smoke shop. So like, what have you seen? Have you seen anything when you were high?
Nah, I don't do that type of bro. I ain't gonna lie. I get high and make beats and do research and like that. If you want to see some trippy shit, here's what I'll tell you to do. Don't take drugs, kids. But look, take a half a tab of then you sit in a room and listen to 639 frequency. That's gonna raise your vibration. It's gonna make you vibe. Listen, you gonna feel like your body, your soul leaving your body, and that's what you want. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you get right at that peak, just think about some shit. Just get real creative, but don't think about no scary shit. Because what you're doing is creating the universe, creating the pathway to where your soul is finna go. Well, basically, I'm teaching y'all how to astral project, if y'all don't know what that is. But your soul is finna go wherever you want it to go. Like you finna create a reality for yourself.
So how do you know like the vibrations are real and stuff? I'm just asking because like
So basically, I used to feel like that too. But you could do little shit like, okay, you know when you clap your hands a whole bunch of times, or if you sit on your hand till it's numb and you feel that tingling feeling?
Yeah.
So that is called Ashe or Prana or I forgot what else. It's some more names for it. But basically, that's the energies in the air. Like, you know how in Star Wars he was like, Luke, the force is everywhere around you. It's waiting to be tapped into and like that.
And most people say it's a delusion, but whole time it's reality. Your mind wouldn't just let your mind see things that's not true.
So like
If it makes sense.
with the hand clapping and stuff, like the stuff you feel, I would say that's just your nerves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, And how I explain this? So, trying to get you to understand what I know is like trying to tell a 2-year-old that never seen a bicycle to draw a bike.
If heaven existed, do you think you would go to heaven?
Heaven doesn't exist. Heaven and hell is a state of mind. The
So how do
33
you- how do you know
Jacob's
it-
ladders,
it's fake,
Jacob's
though?
33 ladders is your 33 vertebrae in your spine, bro. Hell is living in your root chakra, and heaven is living in your crown chakra, bro.
So you don't believe in an actual hell?
Hell no, hell is not real, bro.
So how do you know that though?
Listen, when you pass, your energetic body is still here after 40 days. And if you want to, hey, wait. Before I get into this, if you want to fact check me, you can look up Thoth and the Green Emerald Tablets. That is basically the story of creation. You can look that shit up, Thoth.
So would you be scared of, because you just admitted that you would go to hell if the 10 Commandments were true. Does that scare you?
That's a great question. No.
No?
I don't think I'm scared because, well, I know I'm not scared to go to hell because, well, damn, I ain't gonna lie, scratch that.
You could be truthful, like even though you said you don't believe, like
I'm trying to be truthful as I can.
like if you're scared, like I'm scared. Like if hell's real, I don't want to go. Like I'm gonna be honest, but
If heaven and hell is physically real, then I wouldn't say I'm scared, but I feel like I would definitely dedicate my life to making a difference so that I do not end up in hell. But I'm definitely not scared of hell or heaven or death even. I feel like everything is meant to be, everything's gonna happen to everybody, so there's no point in being scared. I feel like life is about acceptance.
I'm scared for you. Like even though like I don't like I know you, like I'm scared for everyone. I don't want to see them go through punishment. But one thing that you said that I don't think is right is like, oh, if you don't believe the Bible, you're going to hell, right? Or if you don't believe this man, you're going to hell. That's not the reason. Like the test was to see if you're a good person, and we're all bad. Like we can't be good people to earn heaven. That's what people think. Oh, if I'm a good person, I'll make it to heaven. But we're all bad. We can't do good things to make it to heaven either. You know?
I feel like there's no fine line between good or bad. I feel like it's between yourself. Like if you deeply, genuinely believe that what you're doing in this life is right, then nobody can tell you what you're doing wrong. I feel like there's no
There's no real right or wrong.
Yeah, like it's not like a law. Like there's no written script like this is bad, this is good. I feel like it genuinely is about how you feel and what you believe what you're doing is right or wrong.
We could be like sincerely wrong though.
100%. We could. I could be wrong. You could be wrong. The whole world could be wrong.
Is rape wrong?
Okay, now I see what you did there. I see definitely what you did there, and that's actually a good point.
Like there has to be objective morals, or it's all chaos. Like I could punch you right now, and you can't say it's wrong. You know what I mean?
You see, when it comes to things that are that deep, I think that this may sound horrible, but if there's a human that genuinely feels like there's a great reason that he has to go out his way and rape females, then according to life, then what he's doing is right. He's doing what he feels is right. Because there is no law between what is good or wrong, but definitely when it comes to a physical, moral stance, then definitely rape is wrong, murder is wrong, lying is wrong, cheating is wrong. That's definitely how you would feel as a person. But I think that's just because of
like society.
Yeah, like that's how people made it out to be.
Because every human knows in like instinctively that okay, rape is wrong, murder is wrong, and like we all know that there's wrong things like in our soul, and I would say that's God's law. Like society's law is always subjective. Like the Nazis, that whole society was killing Jews, even though as a group of people they all said, yeah, this is good. What society says always changes. There has to be a higher authority. You know what I mean?
Okay. I actually never thought about it from that perspective.
So like I know you said that heaven and hell, you don't believe that is a real place, but if heaven existed, do you think you would go to it?
I can't even entertain that thought because heaven doesn't exist, bro.
Like all these books and like resources that you've given me, aren't those just people just saying stuff? Because like how do you know that they're saying the truth?
Oh yeah, you're right. You gotta meditate too. But that's how I told you to do that as well. It's all up to you, bro. Because in all actual reality, it's what I'm saying. If you feel like that's your truth, that's your truth.
So you said that truth, everyone has their own truth, but let's say I say that a circle is really a square, that wouldn't be true.
It'll be true to you.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be actually true.
Listen, bro. What did I tell you about 50 universal laws? One of the laws is called self-truth, bro. Me and you could be looking at the same girl, bro. I could be like, damn, that girl look good. You could be like, she ugly as
Yeah.
We both telling the truth.
Which would be, it would be a subjective based on your own opinion.
Exactly, but you don't understand that everything is opinionated. They just make you feel like there's decisions. That makes sense. Now, it might be up that people got up decisions, just like I was talking with my boy in the pedophilia thing.
So you don't think rape is really wrong?
It is wrong.
How do you know it's wrong if it's his truth?
Listen, it's wrong to me.
But it's not actually wrong? It's just wrong to you?
Cause I read the Bible front and back, bro. And I done been to church, and I done had my talks with pastors that then led to like seem like debates, but they weren't really debates to me. I don't know if he was debating, but I was just saying like, I don't argue about religion, bro. I'll be your friend whether you're Christian or Muslim or Arab or this or that, or you feel what I'm saying? And I don't like to talk about religion because that's all the state of mind.
But what if it's true? What if Christianity's true and
matter.
you were wrong?
I don't believe it. If I'm wrong, then I'm dying and I'm going to hell.
Are you scared of that?
No.
Why not?
Are you scared to die?
I'm not scared to die.
I'm not scared to die.
But I would be scared because even though I don't know you, I still love you as a brother.
Supposed to do, bro.
Yeah, and I don't want you to see you go to hell, so I want to lead you away.
I wouldn't go to hell though, because hell's not real, bro. That's a fear tactic. That's how they keep you locked in on Christianity, bro.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't want to get too deep into it, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hell is not real. Now, it might be real to you. It might be real to everybody that's a Christian. I don't see that shit, bro.
But I feel like if you read the Bible, there's actual evidence for the Bible.
Listen, bro. How about this? When you go to talking about the Bible, that don't hold weight to me. That makes sense. So when you talk about evidence in the Bible, I don't want to talk about it because I ain't gonna bring up.
Well, you brung up your books.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because people see the Bible as like a fictional story, but like I was saying,
real, though.
There's actual evidence for the wars, for the things that happened.
Yeah, see, the Bible is like
in history you can find out.
Is sort of kind of is real, but like the Bible itself is like a compilation of stories. In a way.
Well,
like,
it's different books, yeah.
How I explain this? I'm trying to explain this because, like I said, you need to do your research first. Because I gotta talk to you. I need to be able to talk to you about alchemy. Because Jesus was just an alchemist.
Well, it doesn't say that in the Bible.
Jesus was going against the church. That's why he got crucified. And that's why he got hung on the cross.
Well, it was about Judaism. He was going against the modern day Jews.
Bro. He was going against the church. Listen.
Because Christianity didn't exist.
He wasn't telling you to be a Christian either, bro. He was telling you to believe yourself.
Well, a Christian is someone who believes in Christ.
Yes.
So he was telling us to believe in him. Because he went against the people at that time, the Romans, the Jews that thought these things about God. And he's like, I am God. And there is proof that he did resurrect. There was an empty tomb in history. And the people, even people that don't believe in God, would admit that, oh, wait, there was an empty tomb. So they try to make up theories like, oh, maybe they all hallucinated or maybe...
Yeah, because I can't speak on that because I don't know about that. But, like I said, bro, maybe I'm just being biased and I'm too stuck in my ways. But in all honesty, cuz, I don't see that. That's how I live my life, bro. That's why I keep telling you, you need to just do the research I told you to do your research on.
I have though, because you remember I said I was researching Hinduism.
That's not
Buddhism.
What I told you to research though.
All those beliefs from those books come from New Age.
No, they don't, bro.
From New Age spirituality,
bro.
from Eastern religion.
I'm really trying to keep it slow pace with you right now, but I don't feel like I'm talking in circles.
Now, with me, I really believe that there is a heaven and hell. Looking at the evidence, but I know you say there's no.
But what makes you believe there's a heaven and hell? All right.
So if there is a God, he has to punish evil. You see what I mean? Because in a court, if the judge doesn't punish a rapist or a murderer, he's a bad judge, right? So he needs to punish evil to be a good judge. So because of the bad things we do, like rape, murder, lie, steal, we've all done that. No one's a good person, right? So we all deserve punishment in hell, which people think, why would a loving God send us to hell, right? Well, it's because he has to be, like I said, a good God to judge evil, but he loves us at the same time. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna die for you. Take the punishment that all the other humans deserve. I'm gonna put it on myself, and you won't have to pay the punishment of hell, because I will, because I'll be that perfect person. So he did that through history, and then now we could just put our faith in him to go to heaven, because we don't deserve it. Like every other religion, like Islam Buddhism, all this stuff, you have to do good things to make it to heaven. You have to do good things to make it to eternal bliss, or to connect with the universe. You have to do these things, but we can't do that because we're bad. You know, like, we're not worthy of that. That's why we have to just put our faith in Jesus and turn away from our ways. You know how, like, the church buildings are used to bring people to their beliefs and their ways of life? Think of this smoke shop as just like that, where people come in and you're basically giving them what you have. It's almost like you have a church of weed. You know what I mean? Like you have your beliefs that are being put into people's heads, you know? So I want to get to that. What do you mean by energy? Like, because I know there's the scientific term energy, like the ability to do something. You know what I mean? Like, right now I'm using energy to move my leg. But what do you mean by, like, the energy you're talking about?
Somebody never asked me that. I think that, energy.
Because there's, like, the, you know, like, the buildup of energy when something is about to fall. And then there's, like, kinetic energy. Like, all the stuff we learn in science. Like, because I believe in energy, like physical energy, you know, like that we have. Like, I have energy because I'm eating food, you know. But I don't think of, like, the spiritual energy, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's like, it ties into like energy and like vibe. So like when you are around somebody, if you're around somebody who is just every day they wake up in a horrible state of mind and they just think negatively about the life, then you will feel like physically feel that negative energy coming from them. And like, when you look deep into spirituality and the planets, I feel like the reason why all of like that every human is different when it comes to personalities, looks, size, weight, is because of energy. Like, whenever you're born, there's energy flowing from planet to planet to planet to you, and that's what makes you special to you. That's why twins are never exactly identical. It's because those minor seconds, those few seconds between birth, those planets shifted, energy changed, so now this person is different. So
the planets, you think the planets like dictate like your personality?
Well, you know, right now is actually a crazy point in my life because I've been having like a lot of discoveries. So I think that I do believe that the planets play a big part, but part of my new research that I'm figuring out is whether or not planets are actually even there spinning. Like when you think about it, the odds of 9 planets spinning in the same exact perfect direction is 2 to the 9th power. That is way below it should be, and that's the basis of our science, basis of what we learn in school. And like, if you think about it, if only one planet were to move 1/4 of an inch off of its axis, it would cause the whole world to go to hell. And the odds of that not happening in the past 7 billion years are lower than you winning the mega lotto every day for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show that the base of what we learn,
like, there's so much design.
Yeah,
like the universe is so designed to like,
something isn't like, something definitely doesn't add up, or it's just something like, and part of what I want to do in life, like my end life goal is to either have a crazy discovery about what it is up there or what is to be down here. So like, I think like that's definitely my life goal, and one thing I want to figure out.
So what you described to me, it kind of sounds like the astrology stuff. Like,
yes,
you know,
definitely.
like the month you're born in.
Exactly.
Like
I take that very seriously, like the whole astrology and, you know, astronomy and all that stuff. But my recent research is now making me question my whole basis of my beliefs. Like, the new research I'm figuring out is making me question whether astrology is accurate or not. You know, whether it's another like another way of, I guess, separating the population and controlling people. So, you know, I feel like right now I'm a little bit lost of what I believe in the world, but I definitely know that it's not this simple. You know, like, there's definitely more to it.
Yeah. So like, with me personally, I'll just say like straight up, I don't really think like astrology is like scientific, because there's like the difference of astrology and then astronomy.
Yes, there's a big difference.
And I think if we are getting our personality from something, I think it would be our creators. You know, obviously there's the nature and nurture, like where like your environment shapes your personality too. But I think that we're born with a personality from God or whatever, you know? So yeah, we have different beliefs, but we could agree to disagree, have a good discussion. Yeah,
definitely. I actually, I genuinely appreciate that you didn't just disagree with what I said or just agree with what I said. Everything I said, you definitely took into account, said your own ideas, and that's definitely one thing that ties into being a good interview. And like, you definitely did a great job.
Thank you. And like, I did want to say this because the whole point of this was like saying if you were to go to heaven or hell. You said hell. We're all guilty, right? And I know you've heard this a lot. That's why we need that perfect person who's Jesus, you know? You know what I mean? I know you don't agree with it, but I will say because none of us are perfect, we need God because he's the only perfect person. You know? And there is historical proof that there was a real Jesus who did die on a cross. And that's why we need to put our faith in him because he took our punishment. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that? I think that you definitely just opened up a whole new topic in my brain that, you know, you're right. Because if there is no perfect person, then what is our guidance? What are we striving towards? So now I think about it, there definitely has to be somebody who's, well, somebody or something that is perfect. I guess perfect, you know, and does everything right. So like that just ties into the whole like not knowing the truth. Like you'll never really know whether there is somebody perfect or not, or whether we're all just striving to nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say that we can't 100% prove anything. Like I can't 100% prove that this, like we're even at school. You know, I could 99% prove, you know, from what I know. So from what I know, I could say that Christianity is true. Not out of arrogance, but I have researched Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, all these other religions, and even like more. I've come to the fact that there is the historical evidence, there's scientific stuff in the Bible, you know, even though it's written thousands of years old. And I think there's prophecy, like fulfilled specific prophecy, not like, oh, there's gonna be an age, like specific, like this is gonna happen at this time. And just more stuff I think you should research. On YouTube, there's a lot of stories of like people in the New Age that came to Jesus. And obviously there's people that are Christians that leave, you know, also. But if you look into that, they were deep into it. They were deep into tarot cards and all that stuff. And they like changed. Like recently, there's like a person in Satanism, a woman deep into Satanism, and she got out of it and became a Christian. So it's like always like interesting stories like that, you know?
You know, it's actually funny you say that because recently, like I have like 4 or 5 spiritual social media influencers that I've been following for years. And recently, one of them, which is my main one that I've learned most of my knowledge from, actually completely changed everything. And now he is a Christian, following God, and he has a lot of facts and reasoning on why. And it really made me think like, damn, like I could actually be wrong, you know? So I think that there's definitely more for me to learn, more for you to learn, more for everyone to learn.
Yeah.
And that I can accept change. Like I can accept the fact that I may not feel the same way in 5 years or in 2 days. You know, I may definitely believe in God and, you know, believe in Christianity and change my ways. And I'm definitely open to that. And I appreciate you telling me your knowledge so that I can further expand my brain.
Yeah, so I guess this is a good close. And also I forgot to say that I knew Isaiah since like kindergarten. He was in my kindergarten class. And yeah, it's just so cool that we could like see each other for so long.
Yeah, like it just goes to show that this world's a small place. Like I never thought I'd be in this position being interviewed by somebody who was in my kindergarten class and me being hard to see now. So, you know, it just goes to show that you never know what life has to offer for you. You know, just stick it out and it's a small world.
Yeah. Well, it was nice that you got to be interviewed and have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Think about the sunlight. The sunlight could live without the shadows, but the shadows can't exist without the sunlight. The good brings out the evil. Because we see good, we can say, oh, look, the shadow is evil.
You know what? You damn right. And that's how we get moral code, bro. That's how we get moral code. Remember what you was asking me earlier? That's how we get moral code. When we see this person do that, we'll be like, oh, okay, he did that. But then when they see this person do that, we'll be like, oh, hell nah, he shouldn't did that.
Yeah, because we could see, oh, yeah, we know that's wrong because we could see good.
Yeah.
But I think our standard of good shouldn't be based on what we believe. It should be based on a higher standard that doesn't change, which I would say is God's law.
I told you the standards. I don't know.
Because those standards were made by humans. Do you feel though that like you're hurting others by having this shop? Like I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just saying because people, they get addicted obviously, and they use all their money up for this, or they start depending on it and they hurt their bodies, and you know what I mean?
I be thinking about that too.
Like,
as well.
even though you're
Like,
making a living, which is good, you're doing it in a wrong way, I would say, because you're kind of making people like stuck in their addiction. Because like when you're addicted to something, you become a slave to it almost.
yeah, that's actually how that shit works.
So it feels like this could be a building where you're putting people in slavery almost, in a way, like spiritual slavery. Like,
Cuz, is you talking to a black person about slavery?
well, like I said, we would agree
Hey.
that when you're addicted to something, you become a slave to it. Isn't that?
Bro.
That's for every race.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I appreciate you, cuz.
You too. So yeah, it was nice meeting you guys. Have a good day.
Sir, thanks for having us.
You too.